So here I am at Champion Athletic Club here, just working out again, and I caught sight of Vince here. He's doing some inclines, so he's preparing for his competition, the World Powerlifting Championships coming up, the police games and fire games. And yeah, he's doing some inclines with a bungee cord here to work on the top part of his rep to see, to work on different parts of the torque curve in the repetition. So it'll help bring more strength. And yeah, best of luck to you, Vince, or whatever. So I thought I'd just put him in the video here so you guys can, see how he's doing, see his progress and things. And I'll put a link down to his Facebook site if you want to follow his progress along the way and how he's doing. And yeah, so here I am just doing some inclines. My shoulder was a little bit weird today. It's been kind of not bad, but just not feeling quite right, my left shoulder. And it's almost like it's been adjusting. So as I sit here right now, it's actually good again. It feels great. But I just am doing a lot of reps. I just said, okay, I'm going to just do a little bit more repetitions now. I'm not going to go quite so heavy. So this is how you can really cater your training program. You can say, okay, how does my body feel right now? And sometimes it feels like heavy. It feels like it can handle heavy weight. It feels like it can take, beating, and you can actually really challenge yourself for the 1 rep maxes or the PRs and all that kind of stuff. And then other times it's just about pumping blood in the area. Like I said, it's like yoga. You start using weight training as a yoga instead of as an achievement thing, and saying, oh, I have a goal and I got to stick to it no matter what, right? So I'm doing a lot of warm-ups here. I didn't show you all the warm-ups, but I'm doing lots of reps, just pumping the blood in there, just making sure everything just is flowing right. And it's a great technique. And like I said, you might lose a few reps off your top portion of your repetitions when you go into the heavier weight, but it's worth it. It's worth it because you just really get that good warm-up in. And the whole point is just having fun and being able to maintain a lifestyle in the gym and to be able to continue it, right? But sometimes you have to change things up. You have to change things up and do something different. And dancing randomly like a creep in the park is sometimes a good idea. So yeah, now that that's over, we can get on with the workout and start taking things a little seriously here, because working out's very serious business. As you can see, I'm taking it very seriously. If you could see my expression right now, you'd know that this is a very serious workout. That nothing gets in the way. Nothing at all from my determination to get bigger pecs. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, this is what I do. I'm not squeezing at the top too much because I feel my front delts more. When I get constant tension, I just keep the tension constant. I feel my chest more. When I lock out at the top, then I start feeling my front delts and sometimes triceps and all that kind of thing. So basically, this is the way I do it. Some people like to do their repetitions differently, but once again, you have to go on feel, right? So I'm watching some of you guys out there with YouTube channels, just watching how you do things. And, sometimes you do things differently than I do, but it doesn't mean that the way you do it is wrong. Sometimes it's just necessary to do something different. Sometimes you just got to be different. Okay, now I know what you're saying. You're saying, Jason, you don't have to be that different. There's a certain limitation on how different you should be. And, yeah, sometimes it borderline creepy, or strange. But hey, that's okay. Strange is good. Strange is good. So here I am doing some flies. Now, a lot of you are saying, nah, those aren't flies. Those aren't flies. You're bending your arms too much. But this is my take on the fly. I find that, the arms, when they're really bent, really straight, are really hard on the shoulder joints. And I find I don't feel my chest at all. So these ones, when I bend the arms, it's like I'm using the bicep to protect the shoulder joint. But at the same time, I'm using more of an arc type motion instead of a pushing motion in order to hit my chest. So I do feel this quite a bit. So, experiment, see how much of a bend of the arm you have to do or not do, just really kind of experiment yourself. But ultimately, it's a matter of just getting that chest pump, right? So, this is definitely, even if you want to call it a press, it's a variation of the press because my hands are turned inwards and I'm using more of an arc instead of a push. So here's a shot of me doing bent over dumbbell rows. I really love this movement because it really allows a free flow of the movement of, the chest out and a really good squeeze between the shoulder blades. And I find that my grip, I can handle more weight and my grip seems to stay intact just because of the way the dumbbells slide up and down the legs. So I really slide the dumbbells up and down the sides of the legs. So I'm really working on hitting the back, not using my biceps. And yeah, it's one of my favorite exercises for that reason. I really like it. It really works the traps a lot. And I find it works the shoulder, like in between the shoulder blades, like the rhomboids and the traps in there. And I get a lot of lat work and rear delt work as well. Now some of you are probably wondering where I got that t-shirt from. Where did I get that? Well, I have a link down below where you can get one if you like. I call it the Eye of Wisdom. And it's a painting that my wife did. She's a painter. She does neat, real psychedelic art and things, and spiritual art. And yeah, so I decided to put some of her art on t-shirts. I just really enjoy it. But now I'm feeling kind of strange, like something different's going to happen any minute now, any second. I wonder what that is. Oh, here we go. Well, now that I've sufficiently scarred you for life, we can get on with the workout, because my whole point is to scar you up a little bit, apparently. Anyway, so this is another exercise I like to do. I showed it before, but we'll call it the Tom Cruise, you know, the Top Gun, F-14 Top Gun. So I'm going to call it Tom Cruise because he drove an F-14 in Top Gun there. But basically what I do is I bring my wings back, you know, and I keep the arms pretty much locked, and I start working the rear delts. Now, if I want to do, you know, more rear delt and less lat, then I'll bring them out to the sides like this. It's kind of like those retractable wings, right, on the fighter jets. So I'll bring them back or bring them forward depending on which part of my delt I want to hit. But this is a great movement. I don't know why I never used to do it. I mean, honestly, it's really great for the traps too. You really can feel the rounding of the upper back and then the extension, right? It's like this flexing and contracting and relaxing of those muscles in between the shoulder blades. So it's a great movement. I highly recommend it, and if you use it with some sort of external rotation of some sort, I think it can really add to your delt development. So here I got Nihan to give me a new angle, right? I got him to film for me. So thanks, Nihan. So now I moved over to the bicep curls, and so I'm doing a little fast here. I'm just warming up, and you know, I do some fast reps and then I do some slow reps. I change it up. Sometimes I do heavy, sometimes I do light, sometimes I do high reps, then I do low reps. You know, that's the point. If you talk to any bodybuilder that's successful, they will tell you that yeah, they use some progressive overload in their training, but sometimes they will rep out, or they'll just do, you know, supersets, giant sets. They will do all sorts of things, because you'll find that your body almost has its own moods. Like, it will tell you what feels right for that day or not, and you get really in tune with that over the years of training. You start to really get a good feel for what is right for you in your training. So today I just want to do more repetitions, and I do believe I do go to a higher set. You know, I do higher weight just for one set. Oh, something weird's going on again. I don't know. I'm getting kind of bored with the bicep curls. Okay, that's enough of that. All right. Okay, that's the last time. I promise it's the last time. I'm not going to do that anymore. So here we go. I'm doing some slower reps with 30-pound dumbbells, and just you know, as you can see, I'm just squeezing to the top and then nice and slow on the way down. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Come on, little guys. Come on, you can grow. Come on, I know you got it in you. I know you can do it. I know you've had your trials and tribulations, but you can do this. So anyway, up and down, there we go, and then I squeeze out a few reps, you know, and then I cheat to get some extra ones, right? Because that's what I do. I try to get some extra ones. So anyway, I figured I'd do a heavier set. So here's the 50s. You know, one thing about bicep curls, you know, you can do any weight you want, just depends on how you want to do it. So it makes you feel pretty good about yourself. You just grab the heavy ones, just swing them up, right? No problem. But sometimes, you know, that's great. Sometimes you just do a little bit heavier weight and you challenge yourself, and yeah, your form's not perfect, but you do end up growing from it. So, you know, you gotta try all the different techniques, right? There's no one way. So here's a movement that I'm really weak at. like I said, because of the tear that I have in the bicep from the chiropractor visit, that didn't know what the hell he was doing. So, but the bottom line is I'm really weak at the bottom part of the motion, like just the beginning, because my bicep attaches differently. But either way, I still do these, and that's the beautiful thing about bodybuilding, right? You can just work your way around certain injuries and still strengthen up the area anyway, right? Like it's like rehabilitation or physio, you know? And yeah, so I get quite a few reps here or whatever, and just get a good burn, and yeah, back and forth. I just go back and forth. I don't take much of a rest. I just go back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, right? Yeah, so a little bit off topic here. I have a Thunderclap promotion going on right now for a book that I wrote called Awakening with ARATHI. And what you do is you just donate a post on your Facebook page or a Twitter page, and that's it. And then you help me get my book out there. And then what happens on Thunderclap is that it'll post my book all at the same time, same day, and it'll give me a little bit more social media momentum. So if you feel so called to help me out, I'll put the link down below this video. Just click on show more, and then the annotation will be down below there, and you can just click on it and then follow the instructions. But thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.